Hello everybody, I'm a random guy. Welcome back with the Stanley Parable. So last time,
co-workers were gone.
yeah,
What
shut
could
up.
it mean?
Last
Stanley
time I
decided to go to
fucked
the
up
meeting
the
room.
game with
Perhaps
the
it's something
adventure
mysterious.
line, the shit that I did. Alright. This time,
When Stanley came to a
I
set of two open
I
doors,
think
he
that
entered the door on his
I'm
left.
gonna... Alright, let's go left. Anything new? No? Yeah? Maybe? No. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
What is it?
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let it blow up you inside, take it up. Come on. What's this? Quarterly post review. What? This is bullshit. Still awesome, but you know. Okay. Can I open this? Oh, I can. Cool.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here,
Yeah.
so he turned around and got back on track.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I mean, there is a fucking broom here. It's awesome.
There was nothing here.
No,
choice
there is
to
a
make,
broom.
No path
You're
to
lying.
follow, just
Nope.
an empty broom closet.
The-
No reason to still be here.
This is the most important reason to stay here. It's a fucking broom. A broom.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something
Need
to
to
interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
I'm not gonna leave. I'm gonna stay forever.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Cause it's
Please offer
awesome,
me some
maybe?
explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Alright, first of all, there is a fucking broom here. I can stick it up
You
my...
do realize there's no
your
choice
ass,
or
maybe.
anything in here, right? If
There
I'd
is a
said,
broom. Why
Stanley
can't you
walked
understand it?
past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
Yes, it is.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." Your friends find this concerning.
I have no friends.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
What?
He probably
What?
only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
But-
That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted
what-
to
what-
drugs
what
and
is-
hookers.
You're being mean with me.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
What?
Got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before
What?
it begins to decompose.
Yes.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless
That's
human
fantastic.
physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making
Yeah.
sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Are you done? Can't I take this broom with me? No, I can't. Alright, I guess we're leaving.
Ah, second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What about now? Ooh. Can I do something here? Nope. Okay. Let's go on.
But Stanley just
a car.
couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy,
yeah.
why had he taken that risk?
Yeah,
All
in fact,
because
right.
he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my
What?
co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
Wait.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began
Is
to
that
make other
the
strange
same-
observations.
What?
For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were
okay.
starting to look pretty familiar. Were they
Yeah,
simply
I was-
repeating? No,
Yeah.
Stanley said to
No.
himself, this is all
Oh.
too strange. This can't be real.
Oh my
And
god.
at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
What the f-
I'm dreaming!
Yay!
This is all a dream.
Of course it is. It has to be.
Relief, Stanley
Not
felt.
crazy.
An answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I
What?
suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
What
I
the
may
fuck
as
do
well
I have to
enjoy
do?
this while I'm still lucid. So,
Can't I go
he
backwards?
imagined
No.
himself flying
Fuck.
and began to gently float above the ground. Then he
What
imagined himself soaring
the
through space on a
fuck?
magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still
Oh my
not
God.
woken up. How
My
was he
brain is
remaining so
bleeding
lucid?
now.
And then
Ah.
perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly
What
strange.
the
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
Voiceception.
And while he thought it all
Oh,
very
man.
odd, and wondered if this voice
is
spoke to
completely
all
mind
people
fuck.
in their dreams, the
I
truth
can't
was that of
explain it.
course,
This
this was
is
not
just...
how could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself,
fuck.
believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now,
Wake
hearing
up.
the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Oh,
So he closed
okay,
his
how?
eyes gently, and he
Okay.
invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Wow.
the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Yeah. Okay, so
Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Yeah.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
Best
Please.
work ever.
It's
Job
all I want.
ever.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
Oh, I got a wife. Cool.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Uh-huh.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Yeah.
I am okay.
Oh, yeah. What? I'm still there? Oh no.
Stanley began screaming.
Oh, so-
Please, someone wake me up. My name
Oh,
is Stanley.
fuck.
I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please,
Yeah,
just
I
someone
am.
tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
Wait, sir, everything is fading red.
And everything
The
went
fuck?
black.
What? But am I dead?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Who the fuck is Mariella?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on
No.
this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to herself, and then collapsed dead on the
No.
sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Whoa. That was a really cool ending. It creeped me out, but... Okay, let's see what we can do.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In
Just
here I
watch
can be
some
happy
for my computer.
forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited.
With my phone.
Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come.
Of course.
Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Okay, I guess. Alright. Okay. Let's go for another
All
ending.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
This
meeting.
game's just
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Okay. Let's go just another time, right?
Stanley came to a set of two open doors.
Shut
This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
I
and Stanley
know.
knew it perfectly well.
Okay.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Shut
But
up.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Can I go here?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy.
Can I jump
really
down?
not. I
YOLO!
realize it, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, everybody, I think that I'm gonna end this episode here. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you wanna see more, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Yay! Hooray!